Yo, I put it like wow, this that sound. These oaks don't work hard like me, I hope they know by now. Bayo Bab, stand my ground. Bro, these money trees go overseas like Percy Tau. I make sure you stay around, quiet when I'm under loud. No negatives allowed, me and positivity took a vow. I always play to win, don't anticipate loss. Mind always in the clown, my boy. Never think about the drop, never ever ever think about the drop.
Welcome to it, sports fans. The day where all of the external meetings in South Africa are being booked as we speak. It is midday on a Friday, and the weather's kind of warming up enough now where you can meet your so-called clients for that 2 o'clock beer. Like we there right now. So if you shout out to you and the fake meeting that's external. My name, of course, is MKT. This is the MKT Show. A lot of people saying very self-serving. I say damn right. Damn right, it is self-serving. It's my show, and that feels incredible. The best part about it, though, is having people with me. Let's get straight into it, because it's Premier League weekend. Let's not muck about. Man United aficionado, one of the most biased human beings I've ever met. Very, very handsome St. David's alumni, Senzo Sitebe. What's going on, pal?
What's cracking, my man?
How are you feeling?
Oh, it's here.
Are you ready for it? Are you?
But the league starts tomorrow.
Okay, go. Even though Arsenal play Brentford tonight, what do you mean by that?
There are bigger things happening. Varane.
Yes.
He's here.
Is he going to play tomorrow?
Of course he is.
Yeah?
Of course he is.
So what is isolation for 5? Although isolation as a footballer is probably him at his palace somewhere with a soccer field in the background.
Yeah.
Yeah, all right, in the backyard. But otherwise, you're feeling good this weekend? Are you juiced for the season, or how are you feeling?
I'm gassed, bro. I'm gassed.
Oh, my mate.
I'm gassed, buddy.
This TV, how'd you sleep last night? Like, I can't sleep right now. It's Premier League time.
Nah, I didn't sleep as well.
You didn't? Yeah, you're exhausted, I believe. Your words this morning.
I didn't say that. Like, you paraphrasing. I don't recall saying that.
Are you having problems that we can talk about?
No. I didn't have, like...
Just a bad night's sleep. Tell you what the secret is, pal. Get a better pillow. I don't know what your pillow situation
Maybe I'm excited. Again.
Maybe he is excited. I don't know what's going on in Senzo's life. No one never knows. Great guy, great human, very handsome. Very, very handsome. I'm happy for him.
Why, thank you.
I'm happy for you. I'm in a Premier League mood. Let's go. Right next to him, of course, a man who also doesn't hate the Premier League. He doesn't hate football. And he is the most Portuguese human being. And the president of all things Portuguese in Portugueseville, your favorite, my guy, Paulo Diaz. Paulo, what's happening? Paul, black on black today.
You're not going to give me the Zondo Commission of Inquiry, like you gave next door.
Yeah. No. Can you see?
That was like Cyril up on the stand.
I feel like I'm being grilled by Harry now.
Every man must be treated how he is treated. It's called existentialism. How I question him and how I question you, very different.
He projects. He wants to be accused.
You know what I mean?
That's what I feel.
Whoa.
You
what?
want to be accused.
Unbelievable.
I saw a job outside. You better...
Yeah. No, I'm clean.
Those who got that reference, shout out to you. Paulo, what you got to say to me today, Paul? First of all, the swag, unbelievable. Black on black on black.
Look at
on
him,
black. You look phenomenal.
It's an accident. I really
Lies.
don't spend 2 days thinking about my outfits.
Lies.
I just put it on.
What else is news, Paulo? Because you work hard. I mean, Man United, have you had time to think about it at all?
I don't think. I just feel.
Come on.
The days of overanalyzing.
My man.
God,
I was on one.
I just
you are
sense.
on one.
I just feel.
You are on one.
Listen, I heard a rumor today that
Yes.
Varane is going to take the 99 shirt number, right?
What?
As tribute to the treble. I swear, if he does that,
Oh.
anyone, Liverpool, City, Chelsea, unite in abuse against that.
That's not good enough.
No.
Nah, he's not that stupid, guys.
Please,
Haram.
I hope
Guys,
that
respect him. He's French. He's sophisticated.
No,
No,
that's
he's
nonsense.
too- he's
Shut
too
the hell
much.
up. It's Man United.
No, that I really hope he doesn't do that, because if he does, we'd deserve all the abuse. I'll even go rogue and like sneak in some abuse there under like a fake Twitter
A burner
profile.
account.
Yeah,
No,
totally.
don't be that guy.
Like Kevin Durant.
I'll
Hey,
be that guy.
the only guy right now who could wear the 99 that's fitting is Marcus Rashford. Like, he's all United all the time, feeding the kids, feeding himself, having a shoulder operation. Like, he's Mr. 99.
Nah, but
Everybody else, what? No.
But he was 2 years old. when
No,
that
he's
happened.
Marcus Rashford, though.
I don't
nobody.
know. That is
Yeah.
That is taking the Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, Alex Ferguson tribute act too far.
Too far, huh?
Too far for this grand club.
Right,
Too
the
club.
far. Club.
Nah,
Alexander
but
Ferguson.
But I don't think he'll sign off on that. I think Fergie would be on the phone saying, no,
got him.
Ollie, you can't let him do it.
Yeah.
Listen, gentlemen, we all have homework for the weekend. I fully expect everybody to have watched the Alex Ferguson documentary, by the way. That is available in our country.
I've seen it.
Oh, so you've watched it.
I
Paulo?
don't want to spoil it for you.
No,
guys.
I don't pirate. I believe that creators should be paid for their work, and I'll wait till it comes out on a legitimate
It's
platform.
on catch up.
A good person.
Well, that's what I'm saying. So I haven't seen it yet.
Yeah, me
'Cause,
too.
you know,
All right.
No, VPNs and torrents and things like that. No.
You don't cheat the system.
Not for me. Not for me.
All right, so we've got plenty to get to. Friday 5 and much, much more. It's all Premier League all the time today. This is the MKT Show coming up after this. On the show, so it becomes a whole situation. Welcome back to a thing that you were doing before, and you're going to continue doing it. By the way, big time producing here, James Jimbo Illingsley, super proud. You'll see we got Nate. He's alive.
He's
There's two.
That's as far as I could push it. That's as far as I could push it. But I'm glad you bring up the high level of production. I mean, I think, listen, we're obviously the stars of the show. I mean, of course. But there are some gents behind here. So many people doing so many things to make even us look good.
Yeah,
Exactly.
tough.
I mean, I think we don't give enough shout out to the camera
Yeah.
people,
Technical.
the James, the sound.
They're moving, they're grooving.
The
you know
guys
what I
who
mean?
do my hair.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
And
Hey.
that's the hour. Sometimes people go, oh, why you guys always so late? It's the touch-ups on Paulo's
that's
hair
my hair.
is,
my
you
hair.
know.
Ah, but Paulo feels it. He says just black on black happens.
Yeah. No, it happens. He rolls out of bed looking swag. Don't even.
Hop up out the bed.
But Paulo, you do have
turn
that
my
thing
swag
going.
on.
I don't know what you're doing right now, but like
You can't teach
that summer glow vibe. I don't know what Paulo's listening or watching today globally. Love to know where you are. Cliff C Sport. And remember, hashtag it'll all end in tears. Some people support Arsenal. Some people support Man United. Some people support, I don't know, Everton. It'll all end in tears. Quite right. There is only one winner in the end. So yeah, hit us up with that at Cliff C Sport. But let's get into what I do every single Friday. Now, obviously, some big moves. Grealish was on the go. But we just saw Leo Messi do his thing and broke the world of football. The Premier League, ultimately, the ripples will be felt everywhere, probably next season. Leo Messi now at PSG. And by the way, rules had to be changed. That's how good he is. The number 30 was only for goalkeepers in Liga. But Leo Messi says, I'm bigger than the game, and they've changed that rule. So that lets you know exactly what level we're playing at. But I thought, you know what, let me give you the 5 most ridiculous transfers in my mind in Premier League history. And certainly in the modern era, there were some which were ridiculous for their nature, but I've just gone for shock value. Yeah, it is the Friday 5. Let's start at number 5. this one didn't make sense. From Galacticos to Blackburn. And he was still only 33 when he went, and he was still doing it. He was still doing all the things. Michel Salgado going from Real Madrid to Blackburn. And the interesting part is he had his contract voluntarily cancelled mutually with Real Madrid. Maybe some stuff went down there, I don't know, but very, very strange. That's at number 5, Salgado to Blackburn. He played with Zinedine Zidane and Claude Makelele. That's who he played with. And he was eventually playing with Benny McCarthy at a stage. Okay, it is what it is. At number 4, this was the beginning of the slide of the other club in this town, famous town. But when this guy arrived, it didn't make sense to everybody. He was a glory boy from Samba Town, and he came over to working class, rainy Manchester. It was the beginning of intent, though. It lasted a season. He is a super crybaby. I've actually never loved him. And you know what it showed me? Bad move. You're 20, you're the main guy at Real Madrid, and you move for the money at 20 at Real Madrid. In the end, it did all end in tears. Number 4, Robinho to Man City is one of the most nonsensical sort of moves, other than a statement of intent, I've ever seen. What a waste on his part, what a waste on Man City's part. And by the way, remember he in that interview famously said, I look forward to playing for Chelsea. And the guy had to correct him and say, you mean Manchester City? And he said, oh yes, Manchester City. Just outrageous. At number 3, now, the previous season, this guy scored 30 goals for his own club, which weren't very good. And here's how good he was. They finished 19 points behind Man United and Manchester City, and he still scored 30 goals in third place at this club. So this is how good he was. 30 Premier League goals at a club that was 19 points off the pace in the Premier League. It's almost impossible to get 30 in the Premier League. Then enter a gentleman from Glasgow who said, I'm not going out like that. Kun Aguero, if you think I'm going out like that. He went and snatched this man from Arsenal. 26 league goals, and I believe on debut, that volley from Wayne Rooney's ball. Ladies and gentlemen, at number 3, the most shocking transfer to me is Robin van Persie. You know what? It's like, hey, you've already got everything. Let me give you everything I have. It is insane what Arsene Wenger did there. Absolutely insanity for me. At number 2, again, similar move. You know what? If you have one of your own and he's the GOAT, you'd think there's no way we will pay him everything to stay. He's the greatest that certainly Britain has ever had. I believe the greatest of this era for me. I always say Philippe Lam's the greatest wing back of all time. Arsenal had the money as well. It wasn't a money issue. I mean, now he's a bigger Chelsea legend than he is an Arsenal legend. At number 2, the great, whether you like him or not, leave your feelings at home. But the great Ashley Cole. Ashley Cole's unbelievable. And he went from Arsenal to Chelsea. It is just ridiculous. At number 1, it's the Judas move of all Judas moves of all time. At number 1, it is ridiculous. Sol Campbell went to Arsenal from Tottenham Hotspur. Do I need to say more? It's Sol Campbell going from Arsenal or from Tottenham to Arsenal. I don't know. Now, Daniel Levy and sort of Lord Sugar was leaving at the time. That for me is the most unforgivable one. And we all know, I'll speak for men only. I'm not going to speak for women. As a man, I want to see my ex do well. I don't want to see her do too well. He went on to Arsenal, to the old enemy, to be invincible and become a Premier League great because of them. That's ugly. That's ugly for everyone. It's ugly for Spurs. It's ugly for... Now he's not allowed back at Spurs, basically. I mean, Ledley King even hates him, and Ledley King is one of the nicest human beings to ever live. And now Sol Campbell. And now it's actually ugly for Arsenal, because Sol Campbell's a difficult character in general. It's ugly for everyone. Whoever let that move happen. It is the most ridiculous thing I've ever seen. It shouldn't happen. Sol Campbell to Arsenal. The most ridiculous. At number 5, Salgado to Blackburn. Number 4, Robinho to Man City. Number 3, RVP changed the face of the league in that year. Ashley Cole to Chelsea. And the last one, Sol Campbell to Arsenal. Or Ashley Cole, sorry, from Chelsea to Arsenal. Sol Campbell to Arsenal, first of all.
But there's Tevez to City.
That's not ridiculous because Fergie told you from early on.
He's not.
No, he didn't purchase him. It was a 2-year loan.
Yeah, true.
And for me, that wasn't ridiculous. Fergie, you could always see that can. Plus, it ran its course.
Yeah, but also there's one, but it wasn't into the Premier League, it was going out. Thomas Gravesen from Everton to Real Madrid.
Yeah, I mean, Real Madrid then, they were reeling off letting Makelele go. And they just thought anybody who could play holding mid.
Thomas Gravesen.
But it wasn't the worst because he was actually good for
No, he's
Real
not
Madrid.
awful. Yeah.
And he wasn't a Makelele. He was a lot more progressive than that.
Yeah.
And he did well. The crazier one was that
Jonathan Woodgate.
Oh no, Julian Farbert. Remember that guy
from West Ham.
Just randomly went. Who got that right?
Julian Farbert, huh?
That was crazier. You know about the Sol Campbell thing, right?
Yep.
I wonder if, because it was a free transfer, so it's like I wonder if you can always put them in the same category, like a free transfer versus a actual paid transfer, because the player's got his choice and he makes the choice.
I'll tell you what it is. The whole thing's so ridiculous for me. It's like, even in the England setup, it's like, oh, there's Rio Ferdinand, there's John Terry. No, Sol Campbell starting. So it's clear that that's the alpha. Why are Tottenham even...
Imagine.
How's it getting to a place where you aren't going...
Renewing him.
Just, here's a check. You write the zeros, we'll see you on Monday morning.
There's a man called Mr. D. Levy there at White Hart Lane. That is why.
I think also what the transfer means, like moving from Tottenham to Arsenal it's the Figo, Barcelona. That's the Judas move of all Judas moves. I was trying to find another one. Even Owen to United, then it's fine because he went
He bounced around before, yeah.
You know what I mean? So then it's like, okay, whatever. And plus Michael Owen's a bit of a flake anyway. We've kind of seen that.
But I think the ultimate Judas move in talking world football is probably Inter to Milan.
No, but that happens often though.
Yeah.
That happens so often.
But like direct.
Seedorf, Pirlo.
It happens.
It happens often.
Like Italian football's a mess. Like La Liga and the biggest one, maybe globally, is the Luis Enrique.
Nah, Figo.
No, see, I don't mind Figo because he's a foreigner.
Oh, Luis Enrique. Okay,
Luis Enrique is not only am I leaving Real Madrid after you've given me everything, I'm running the contract down and it's a free and goodbye, and I'm not just going anywhere.
And they retired your jersey at Barca.
You know what I mean? Like that's
That's unbelievable.
That's ugly for everyone. So I hear what you're saying there, Paulo. I just can't think of anything. Even Liverpool, United. Those moves wouldn't happen under Fergie anyway. You wouldn't be getting a.
I think there was only one in the whole history that went direct, like in the 30s.
Yeah.
No one's ever gone direct between the two.
No, because you
But
don't
also
do Sol
isn't-
Campbell. You don't do it.
But also, Dennis Law to City, and then he relegated us.
Well, so that's a myth, right? United were down already.
Yeah.
So other results that day, actually. So it's history time, yeah?
Yeah. Let's do it. I'm into
No,
it.
so it's actually a myth because of other results, United were down anyway. It's just so happened that he scored this goal that confirmed it. But I'm
dotted
protecting
the
Dennis Law here. Also, the one that's so underrated. You must imagine how much they must have hated the guy. Is Cantona to United? That it wasn't
from
even
Leeds, yeah.
It wasn't even a thing. They phoned about Dennis Irwin.
Yeah.
Ferguson says no. How about giving us Cantona though? Yeah, no problem. We want him out of here. They must have figured Cantona was going to totally implode, and they're giving United a bomb, and they gave him a bomb.
Went the other way though.
Yeah.
And you guys haven't seen the Fergie. Oh man.
The thing
He
about
speaks about it, eh?
the thing
About that
about
transfer.
that kind of guy is that whoever was at Leeds, and we saw what happened after that, obviously, whoever's in charge has the biggest God complex in the world. It's like, he's going to Alex Ferguson, he's not going to Man United. Like, take Man United out. You guys are incapable, right? Who would have been then? O'Leary was at that time.
No, it was before that.
And
so
isn't it
was
like
before that.
just about when Leeds had won the league and stuff?
Yeah, they'd won the league. So
Yeah.
Leeds had won the last old First Division
yeah.
Championship
Before it
the
got
year before the
rebranded,
Premier League. So at that point, until Kante, I think he was the first player to win the league 2 years in a row. I think Kante was the first one to win Premier League with two different clubs.
Yeah.
And it was Howard Wilkinson, I think, was the manager then.
Around then.
And he was just like, had enough of Cantona. Just like, cannot control this guy anymore. Take him. Take him.
My God. And that changed the face of the Premier League for 10 years.
That is the most important signing Fergie ever made.
Because it set the tone. Because now every star
It's
knows
polarizing.
you want to. And also, what he does, without him, you don't know how high Beckham and them go. Because iron sharpens iron. If David Beckham's example is Eric Cantona, because if he's not there, who's the guy there? Steve Bruce.
Yeah.
Pallister, Schmeichel, who I love, they're idols. But when
Sparky,
you
but
get,
there was Sparky as well.
but not that.
And not that,
He's
yeah.
not Cantona.
Not
I
Pep the
love
Collar.
Sparky. And no, like the character. I always say the way Fergie built it was perfect. He always said character first, because character gets you to the precipice. Cantona takes you over the top. You sprinkle a Cantona. You can't have 7 Cantonas.
No, it's chaotic.
You add him once you've got Pallister, Schmeichel, you know what I mean, Robson,
Yeah.
that vibe, and then you add Cantona, and then you watch your kids. That's what happens. You got. It's why Bayern Munich do it so well, I think. You
Yeah.
know, so that's so true. Cantona being the greatest signing, there's a case for that.
That was polarizing, man.
What the whole transfer goes, and I think what we've seen this week is, you're going to tell me that very well-paid men at football clubs in suits don't know what they're doing. I think that's what we've learned this week.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, they are, like, sometimes we get caught up in they're rich, they know what they're doing. There's a lot of incompetent humans on this planet.
And they mostly work for Barcelona.
Well,
€1 billion in debt.
In your TV revenue
Yeah.
coming into the league, and you still blow it.
So 30% of probably the second biggest league in the world, you're getting all of that revenue. 30% of it.
Panama Papers, dog.
Yeah, footy leagues. Go look on footy leagues. Where's the...
What did you think of Robinho to Man City? Because that's always been one that interested me. Was that just about statement of intent, we can pull this, hey everyone else? Because they tried with Kaká, he said, no, gentlemen.
But didn't Robinho think he was signing for Man United?
Well-
Because he says he got there and he's like, why is everything blue here?
I don't know if that one's come out. Though. Is that the
apparently,
rumor?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
I see, but his agent is a sleazeball then.
I don't know, Paulo, like Robinho, you know, everything about him says don't come to Manchester. Glory boy, soft.
Kaká something ridiculous back then, like £500,000 a week, and he was like, look, I'm winning Champions League here in Milan, so...
But it tells you the difference in character as well, is, if anything, Robinho was actually in a better situation. You were the star player at 20 at the biggest club in the world.
Sure.
You say to, was it Calderon back then, or I don't know if they were... No, because it was Galacticos, wasn't it?
No, just
It could have
Calderon.
been Calderon.
Okay, so Calderon, let's take a seat. I'm 20, you've seen what I've done now. Bump the cheese up.
But Robinho did play well. There were games when Robinho was actually unplayable in the Premier League. Did he live up to the hype? No. I don't think his whole career lived up to the hype. He's still playing though. Or he was just released. He was playing in Turkey, won the league.
What happened to the stuff in Brazil?
Don't worry about it.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it's a different story. Yeah. Is he still playing?
Hasn't retired, but he doesn't
Okay.
have a club.
Yeah.
He doesn't have a club.
Look, that move though tells you the difference. Kaká is like all football all the time. Why on earth am I being the marquee signing in a team that's going to take 4 or 5 years? I'm going to Real Madrid. But that tells you.
Kaká's like super religious, so...
But it also tells you where his head is.
Yeah.
Like Robinho's head was.
Party.
And also, when you come to a press conference, like, why are you confusing Chelsea and Man City? Like I know.
I blame the agent.
No, but
again.
also just.
He doesn't care. Like, switch on, yeah.
Switch on, dude.
Switch on, yeah.
You're a product. You're in the
Sharpen
big
up.
time. You know, you look at all the big players when they arrive. Cristiano Ronaldo, never hit him slip up. Great to be here. You're not a.
Drinking water.
But it tells you where
business.
Robinho's mindset wasn't ready to be. He was exploited, quite frankly.
True, actually. That's what I also think.
He made Neymar look like a good pro.
Cash cow.
And the final one, guys. God, I love that. Robin van Persie going from Arsenal to your cretinous football club
Listen to this
is
guy.
the most. Like, Arsene Wenger on that day lost me. I love Wenger
You were
on
lost
that
then.
day. No, but like there's levels, right? It's like it's almost like you know when you suspect your girlfriend's cheating on you and then you see her. It's very different. It felt like that. Like not like this.
Keep on my fire.
Arsene, not like this. Not to him. Not to that guy.
If you did it to Ashley Cole,
No, but not to Fergie. To Chelsea, okay. Not him. Not to the Emperor.
yeah.
Not him. Anybody else, fine. Not like that. And not on a silver platter, because you put him there and now it's like, I thought, oh, you know what? Great. Now Ronaldo's kind of gone. Ha, Rooney. It's going to be terrible for you, mate. You're winning it. No. Robin van Persie. And you saw what they did.
Done.
You saw, hey, not Apollo, not like that.
Wenger had this. So Wenger is a lot of people talking about Wenger this week in that he sort of foresaw this new trend in football that you're going to have your top 20 footballers going to get a big contract when they're young, run it out and make a massive move for a lot of money on free transfers. sort of like a lot of what happens in American sports.
Sure.
You know,
Yeah,
where
yeah.
you have your free agency at 25, 26, and you make your big money move.
Yeah.
Supermax, yeah.
And Wenger sort of foresaw that in the Premier League. He was or in European football. He was so determined that he'd will it into life himself. That he'd actually let his big guys
I'm gonna show you
run
how.
out. This is exact. I told you it happened.
This is what I'm
it's happening
talking
now.
about.
It's like you could have done something.
No. Listen, that is a good point to end off, because that's exactly what happened. So we got plenty more coming up. The MKT Show is available as a podcast. So you might be thinking to yourself, hey, I want to ignore my lady or my boyfriend this afternoon for 2 hours, but I can't show them that I'm doing that, and I've got secret earphones. You can listen to the podcast just purely audio, because you might be going through some stuff. People are saying James and his lady, but anyway, that's a whole different thing. The podcast is available, the MKT Show, Spotify, cliffcentral.com, the Cliff Central app, or wherever you get your podcasts. Much more coming up on the show. It is Premier League Friday. Let's go on the other side. You have returned, because this was a choice. I've realized I always make it about me and say welcome back. It's about you now. You've returned to what you were doing. And this is going to be an ongoing thing until I figure out the sweet spot of how to welcome people back to a show, and I will do it. I'm absolutely determined to make sure that happens on this show and change the face of broadcast forevermore. That's going to happen. That's going to... Senzo, your thoughts?
You'll know when you get it right, because when you get it right, you won't have to explain it.
Yeah, I'm troubleshooting.
Or don't explain it.
I told him this yesterday, but he clearly...
It's like you don't want to break the illusion. You don't want people to feel like, I don't know if we're a fourth wall type of thing.
Yes.
It's like people feel like they're part of this.
Yeah.
Illusion.
So it should just be a chat. So should I just
wear a hat?
Wear a hat.
Wear a magician's hat.
Okay. That now it suggests...
It's now.
February next year.
It's now.
After workshopping, you're focus grouping.
So even if you're in February of the previous year, write it off until March the next year. You hear workshopping, focus group,
Then stress testing.
here we are. This is a man in the business.
That's what I'm saying.
He knows. If anybody knows, he's that's the talk. It's not workshopping. It's what's real is the Premier League, and the only thing I care about from now on for the next 9 months is fantasy football. I will be ensuring that I beat everybody everywhere.
Now the English can say football is coming home.
I see what you've done there. So we're not letting that go as the world, by the way. What did was it Bonucci who said it's going Rome?
It's going Rome.
That was an awesome thing to say. But fantasy football, a real thing for me. Super Brew as well. But let's start off with fantasy football. Do you guys get involved, Senzo? You've got commitment issues in that sense, though. I don't mean in real
It's
life.
like a child. It's like having a child.
Yeah. In what sense?
Because now so-and-so probably stubbed his foot in his Maserati. Yeah, I can't play now.
And you have to keep an eye on that.
You have to keep an eye on that, and you're like, oh, and now he's your captain. Now you're stressed.
Yeah,
It's not worth it. Well, sometimes it's worth it. Sometimes it's not.
So in that sense, it's like having a child. I see what you're saying. Sometimes it's worth it. Sometimes it's not. It's a good analogy, actually, because it's true. Paula, fantasy for you, has it ever troubled you in your sleep?
It's worse. It makes me sick. I'm the big. Listen, I feel like Pep today, the eve of a new season.
Yep.
I won my league by 200 points last season.
No big deal.
You know, it just happened. What I love about fantasy is how people pretend they know what they're doing. They pretend like no one knows what you're doing. It's an absolute...
Everybody says their squad is the Heat.
But
Nobody knows. And then you play 5 games, and then everyone just starts to get yourself a bit of... Because here's the tactic, right? I'm going to give you a tactic.
Okay, cool. I'm
Right.
going to write this down with my pen.
Once you have a bit of a lead, just a bit, like 20, 30 points, start copying the guys chasing his team.
Oh, so smart.
So they can't catch you. Because no matter what they get, you
But
get.
now I can't do it because now everybody's going to do it now.
No, but that's so smart now.
Of course.
That's clever, actually.
That's what I'm saying.
I like that. So
That's basically like lying a man behind the wall.
But also, I think...
That's the fantasy league equivalent of that.
But also, I think Fantasy League, some of those guys are bots. They're lying to us. Like, there's no ways.
No, I know when you see those teams of the
Nah, you're like, no ways.
week. About it.
But what people do is they have like 6 teams. I don't know if you know about this. Like those guys at the top, somebody who plays professionally, let me know. It's guys have like 6 teams. So,
But to get them spot on, everybody now on your team is chilling like 40 points deep.
but if you have 6 teams and you've done a bit of...
The worst of is chilling on like 11 points. There's no way. It's not
2
a chance.
seasons ago, have you ever seen this like artificial intelligence team picker? Right,
No.
you pay.
Yeah?
And 2 years ago, I tried it. I like took like a month thing, right?
Yeah.
And it uses artificial intelligence to pick your team for you based on. Even that's wrong.
And you had a month.
I mean, you do for a month. There was like 10 pounds or something.
Yeah.
Right. And
Oh, you got hustled. They finessed
no, I
you.
definitely got hassled.
They finessed you.
Last year, my brain and copying everyone else's team, 200 points.
So that's good news for human beings, is that we're still useful.
We're smarter than the machines. What's your take on this? This is a very touchy area. I know a lot of United fans will not put Liverpool players. And
Great question.
right, for me, I got Salah, my captain, tomorrow against Norwich. Don't care. Trent Alexander,
I did the same thing. Like,
don't care. Don't care.
He's in.
I did the same thing because like last year after they won the league, I said, "Oh, Bobby, come here."
Yeah.
And then I said, "Oh, who's this? Robertson, come here, my boy." And then I put like Van Halden in my midfield.
So do you put your most hated teams, players in? Because what are you about? I'm about winning my league.
Yeah, but trust me, I start with United players first. But
No,
those are the first guys.
I
I
go
start with.
weeks without United. Bruno Fernandes is probably only.
Yeah.
It'll take me a lot to put
A little
United
bit of
players
Portuguese bias
Yeah,
there,
but-
but it's
But like,
understandable.
do you know what I did? I used to get so romantic about it. Actually, maybe that's why I was losing. I put Pogba in, like.
in. No problem.
And my friend who was also a United supporter was like, "My boy, Pogba does nothing." for
Pogba
you."
will always trick you.
You know
Pogba
what you're
always gets
talking about? It's the equivalent of, I don't know, you don't have to reveal this and put yourself in a situation, but have you ever been in a situation, and I've been in this, so let me talk about my own life, where my ex-girlfriend,
Fantasy. It's not
Exactly.
called real life Premier League.
but the problem with football is that it blurs that line.
And people get romantic about
No,
it.
because football, you know what football's like.
They're trying to moneyball fantasy. Don't moneyball it, my man. Who's doing it right now?
Yeah.
You see that guy's the most expensive. You must start with him.
Speaking of which, you've just nailed it right there. Do you play Harry Kane because he hates everything at Tottenham, they hate him? Is Son going to pass him the ball?
Oh no, he's mysteriously injured. I will guarantee you right now, Harry Kane has a mystery injury
Yeah.
until transfer deadline. I'm telling you right now, he never plays this weekend.
They can't take the risk.
Forget it.
So, okay, so one thing so this weekend, do not have him. Paulo says, do not have a Harry Kane in your team.
If Harry Kane plays this weekend, over and above fantasy, I will be shocked.
They're going to burn his house down if he doesn't
Shocked if
play.
he plays this weekend.
That is you think Kane will play, Senzo?
He has to save face somehow.
He only started training last week.
So you're saying he's not going to play
But
to
we're,
protect what? The injury. Imagine, no, he has to play because for the drama, he gets injured. Oh, Daniel Levy gets sick. I'm sick. I'm fully ill.
But remember, we said this. Remember when he stayed an extra day in the US?
Yes.
Cock.
Oh, that's bulletproof.
There it is.
That's bulletproof.
It's foolproof. You can't argue with that.
Oh, see, you've messed up my team for this week.
After his trip to the United States,
Yes.
it was found that he was around
Revealed.
somebody that was tested positive for COVID. So
Yeah.
as a precaution,
He touched a cup that was actually 3 meters away from somebody with the worst
he's at
strain
home
of COVID.
quarantining for 2 weeks. And what ends in 2 weeks?
They're already printing.
Done with you.
Look at this guy.
Man,
Done
hey,
with you.
You're doing a better job as his agent than Harry Kane's own brother.
Done with you.
Wait, has Harry Kane got that whole thing going?
Yeah, his brother's his agent. Charlie Kane.
Unbelievable.
That's how the rumors about City came about at his wedding. What Mickey Mouse organization is being... This is the England captain and his brother. It's like the Wayans brothers. What the hell's going on in the Kane family?
Wait, this is being revealed.
Did you
to
not know this?
I did not know that Harry Kane.
Charlie Kane.
Harry Kane, Neymar, their fathers run there. Let's try this out.
Let's give it a whirl, eh?
Rabiot's got his mom.
Rabiot's got his mom.
Yeah, but it's gone that way. This is why you don't do it, because there is no way. If you've got George Mendes, this whole situation plays out way different.
Easily.
And everyone walks away happy if you got George Mendes.
Yes.
Everyone leaves happy.
You know who the guy is, actually, if you're British? Because maybe Harry doesn't... I don't speak Portuguese. George, there may be things lost in translation. Fine. Rooney's guy. What's that guy's name? Stratford.
Yeah.
You saw how he tried to play him. He played United for that transfer list. Us, we're getting out of here. Chelsea.
So he made it look like, there's an investigation. The police. I was like, this guy is a proper spin doctor.
But even more so, actually, because you know Rooney's manager of Derby County, and I don't know if you heard what's happening there.
Oh, that he tackled somebody and then
He tackled somebody. They've got no fit
injured,
players. There's players who've their contract. They're playing youth team players.
Saw that.
Rooney, I'm so committed to the job.
Yeah.
I want to be. He's sleeping at the training ground.
Sure.
Colleen had something to do with that.
Yeah, Colleen kicked him out. Said, "You're not gonna make me look
That's
like a
spin
clown."
doctoring, man. That's Stretford. You're right.
What I need is somebody who loves who loves me like Colleen loves Wayne Rooney, because that guy's been up to it from the beginning. I mean, there was the granny thing. There was the you know what? I don't judge. Like, I'm not a moralist. Like, life happens, right?
Yeah.
Shout out Colleen Rooney. People can call her like she's about the money, whatever. To have the whatever she's got inside of her, to overlook this, because she's got money now. She's got a show. She's Colleen Rooney. Because Cheryl Cole, you just keep the name.
But that's why she does it.
No, but you could Cheryl Cole kept the surname.
Yeah.
And I think Cheryl Cole got remarried and is still publicly Cheryl Cole. Is Colleen Rooney could very easily walk away now. She started businesses. She's got her show.
Yeah.
But she says, I'm about this. Wow. Now, there's a lady I want to see a hashtag about, because I'm sick and tired of some of these other pop stars getting hashtags.
Yeah.
Hashtag love like Colleen Rooney, and that needs to get out.
Do you know which two guys are the best spin doctors? Wayne Rooney's agent?
Yeah.
Or PR? And you know Mac Maharaj, he was the presidential spokesperson.
Yes.
Every Monday that guy had to explain what Zuma was doing. No. It was, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So yeah.
So that's who Harry Kane should have.
Exactly.
Who would have thought Mac Maharaj should be Harry Kane's
Mac
agent?
Maharaj was getting great every time. Like, you could see, he's like, hey, what did you do now?
Was he still around when the fire pool got launched?
Oh, bro.
He was the spokesman.
Yeah, he said, no, I didn't ask for these things. He said, no, it's a fire pool for precautions and all that.
Mac Maharaj, and I think the guy's name's Paul Stretford.
That guy, give that man
something like that.
Give that man a bells.
All right. Listen, I've got some tips. Ivan Toney for me is in my team at 6.5 million. He scored first guy to get 30 goals. It's a championship record last season, and they're going to catch Arsenal sleeping this weekend. It's going to be a hammering.
You always got to be careful of. I'm always worried about players coming up.
Yeah.
You know, these championship level strikers. Who's the guy at Fulham? His name is just gone. The Serbian guy at Fulham. Mitrovic. They're too good for the championship, but just can't do in the Premier League. And I'm always wary of those players.
You know what?
Tony's a good call though, because the guy's a good player.
Yeah,
good
player. I fell into that trap, Paolo. What you're saying.
I had
Patrick
Mitrovic
Bamford.
in my team.
No. I didn't fall in the Mitrovic.
Bamford's one. Bamford's another.
The thing is, I have too many Serbian friends, so I know Mitra.
Yeah.
I know. I got lots of Serbian friends.
He's violence though.
No,
he's scary.
Oh, that's
you know what he is? He's Serbian. They move different. Like, I know my Serbian class guy. You know what I mean? Senzo, I should have put him in. I fell into this. So it's tricky. You can't always get it right.
He hadn't done it before.
Yeah.
Bamford. He had always flattered to deceive in Premier League, but it's that Bielsa magic, which
I should have known.
Marcelo Bielsa.
So you Bamford this week. So you're going for Bamford now?
No, because I'm going to give you my results, and I'm
they're
probably
playing
not
United
going to.
instead,
I'm probably
who
not
knows?
going to go Bamford this week.
Because you know what Varane's going to do.
No, that's not. That's definitely not the reason.
But you know it though.
I've got other picks. Did you have any tips? Did you guys got any tips for guys who might be what we call sleepers? Because I've got a couple. You know, Aubameyang at 10 million. Everyone's kind of written him off. Aubameyang.
For him to hit those spells. You know that once Aubameyang hits 1 or 2, then
Yeah.
you know he's going on a bit of a run.
He's a confidence guy.
I know exactly what I'm doing though. I did it last season as well.
Yeah,
De Bruyne,
yeah.
Fernandes, non-negotiable.
Bruno, yeah, they take the penalties. Who takes penalties for Man City? Is it De Bruyne? No,
it goes
Gundogan.
around, but it's
Until you miss, yeah.
Gundogan takes them.
Oh,
Yeah, it actually goes till you miss.
Until you miss.
Yeah.
No, that's the way to do it. I'm totally with it. I'm totally with it. There's way too many good guys to
Until you
not
miss.
keep that sharpness, that hunger.
Is De Bruyne playing this weekend though? I heard he's out.
Has he recovered from his cracked face? Because Rudiger's got a West African head, and obviously the bones.
Well,
in
De
West
Bruyne
Africa.
played without a mask in Euro, so.
Oh,
yeah.
okay. No, it's all right. So is he taking a rest still?
No, but he came back injured. He's not.
Oh, okay.
He's not fit.
Okay.
Oof, that puts a spanner in your works. And also, the problem with City players is that, especially in that role, I guess De Bruyne is undroppable, but there's Bernardo, you never know with Riyad Mahrez. I never pick City guys anymore because my heart's too invested, and then I hear he's rotated and it's Mahrez starting on the right, and they still win 6-0.
Yeah.
So I'm up there. The one that I hate is Lukaku at 11.5 is because I want to put him in because I think, like,
Who are you guys playing first?
I mean, does it even matter? It's Palace. I don't think
At
he'll
the
start.
bridge?
Though. He won't start. He won't start.
I doubt he'll start.
No, he won't start. Wrap him up, introduce him at halftime at 3-0 up or whatever. You know what I mean?
What's interesting about Lukaku, where I'm undecided, is that he's just for penalties, Jorginho, right? I had him he's super cheap,
Yeah.
but he gets a lot of penalties, or he takes the penalties. Now, will he? And also, the whole penalty issue this season is obviously because VAR's changed the way they're awarding penalties. They say you're not what streetwise penalties or playing for penalties. So
you can't.
So, like, United won't get a lot of penalties this season because United buy penalties.
Yes,
they do.
that's true,
I mean,
that's true. A bunch
you
of
know,
cheats, yeah.
they run into the box fast,
Yeah.
and you get that's it. That's what they do. And-
counter.
exactly, and by the accounts of it, VAR's not going to give those as penalties. So, do you then go keep Jorginho in because at 6 million he's not euros? Lukaku, I hope he doesn't come back like that, you know, and I hope he doesn't let himself down that way because we're actually talking about it earlier about Rock Nation, and that's his agent. And I was listening to him, this first season at Inter, he was on an NBA podcast, and it was the first time these guys had a non-basketball player on their podcast, and it was all through the Rock Nation thing. And he's fueled by anger. He's fueled by people not respecting him or doubting him. And we saw it in the Euro, and at the Euro, that's why you're not in that level.
And it's that Inter Milan thing.
No, you've
Kane,
nailed it.
Lewandowski, those guys don't hear a thing. Lukaku's so...
It's noise, pal.
He's about it.
Bruno's about that action. And the one person I've seen, him and McTominay, I love as United players, is that they don't care who you are. They're giving you a mouthful. And every time Bruno doesn't get it where he wants it, because I kind of watch these things just from the football side, is I love that he's having a go. He doesn't care if it's Maguire or the keeper, or he's having a full
Sharpen
go.
up, dog.
Because you remember when it was Giggs and those guys. I mean, they were under Keane.
No,
You remember how they used to go at each other?
Yeah.
Because it's United. Like when you do something good for Bruno as well, a big celebration in the corner, let's get back to it. I'm at United, I expect to be world class. And Lukaku, the shushing thing, Paul, who are you doing this thing for? Football's hard enough. And if you're going to be sensitive and why am I not in the top? Why are you looking at the charts?
Yeah, what does it matter?
Like Thierry Henry, I never heard Thierry Henry having a whinge when he didn't win World Player of the Year. I'm back at it, I want to win the Euros.
That's why all this noise about Kane is so surprising, because he's always been so cold.
Yeah.
So ice cool.
Icy, eh?
Ice, and that's what and I take the irony, because Ronaldo's not like that. Ronaldo lets everything get to him, but he's just got something else, you know. But I understand Ronaldo. But I just hope Lukaku doesn't come back to the Premier League on this thing and make it vocal and verbal.
But I think it's a lot to do with the way he grew up and stuff. What he had to go through to get to this level. So that's why he's like that.
He's got that.
And
Yeah, he's got a chip
granted,
on his shoulder, yeah.
and granted, a lot of players who went through that.
Sure.
He's not the only one. I just feel he's made it so much of his narrative, and the Premier League and those journalists and the fans.
They will eat him alive.
They will be on top of him. You come there with a massive price tag. You've been here before. You flopped at United. He steps out of it. He's got so much pressure as it is.
And you know what it is you've made such a good point. Look how easily he's maybe in the worst place to be his personality.
Yeah.
Because look how easily Roman Abramovich swallowed the 50 million for Torres, and Torres was gone. Look how easily for Morata. I mean, that was 57 million.
Yeah.
It took a season. Look how easily Roman Abramovich moves on. And like Lukaku needs the it's going to be okay thing. As it may be all, hey, welcome home with Roman Abramovich. But ultimately, Roman, we know what you are. And I love Roman for that. Look how easily he fired Jose Mourinho. Twice!
Yeah.
So Lukaku is in the worst. United protected him for far too long.
Yeah.
And it's because United were trapped in a we're average situation.
And he elevated United. Yeah. United needed him more
Got
than
you.
he
And
needed him.
I tell you what, don't be shocked if Romelu Lukaku's on the transfer list at the end of this year.
But he's already set a precedent though. Because by saying, when there was that rumor and asking Inter to go and all that, okay, Inter have got problems. But when he said, I've got unfinished business, now people are waiting with bated breath. They're saying like, okay,
Romelu,
unfinished business, let's see.
Speaking of unfinished business, hey, great points there. Great points. I never thought I'd say that to two Man United fans, but I got to put you guys in a situation now. Because your defense was on fleek last year. Now I've got a decision to make. Dean Henderson or David De Gea, gentlemen, over to you.
Are we still playing fantasy or no? We just
Yeah, no, we're playing fantasy.
Are we still playing
Fantasy and real life, because who's starting?
I've always said,
Give it to David.
give
it to De Gea.
There's Martinez, Aston Villa.
Yeah.
That's your keeper.
But their defense sucked last year.
He doesn't.
Is he my guy?
He saves penalties.
So don't take a Man United keeper.
No. I was in that conundrum, but also, David De Gea, you got snubbed towards the back end of the last season. He warmed the bench for Spike. He wasn't right and stuff like that. I think
Henderson didn't blow anyone away. Honestly, for all the... But if...
Done my predictions. We'll start at the top. I think Brentford Arsenal draw this week. For me, people always think, after you've had your best season, it's natural that you'll always go. It's going to be Jadon Sancho. It's going to be maybe Varane, maybe not. That's going to be all new. And listen, Liverpool versus Man will be an awesome game. I just think Leeds will bring the at home. It's the only thing that ever keeps them up. Draw. Leicester Wolves. Wolves are a dog show. 3-0 to Leicester. Watford. Look out for Leon. Will come from Norwich. The Canaries. I love them in the top 6 by next season. So, but I think Liverpool do the right thing. 4-1 there. Either club, for me, are going to be able to repeat. Spurs City. I said Tottenham Hotspur are a mess internally. I'm hearing too much noise from nothing. Everyone else is whinging. Jack Grealish is probably going to come off the bench in the 70th minute. Have an overweight, probably Dembele to bring on. That's the quality. Get out of here. 5-1, Man City. Cliffsy Sport, folks. You don't. Now, we'll be able to tell because Super Brew, we are running the MKT Show EPL. That's the name. Join us and let's see who's got it. I'll be honest with you, not really. We'll see. TBD. Or wherever you get your podcast. Plenty more coming up after this. Spurs lost Sunday. We all saw it. We all saw the game. We all heard, get rid of Mourinho, get rid of this. Again, it's everyone else's fault. Get rid of Mourinho. The football's boring. It's not Spurs. We got a new stadium or a new club. We want to be flashy, etc., etc. So I got some news for you. And this might be harsh. They'll get the goal. They'll get the goal. All right? But grown men get the women, and let me tell you why. Because the big flashy guy has daddy's trust funded card. The return of the listener and the watcher. That's a new way I'm trying. We're workshopping it. We're workshopping it because you're the person.
We're putting it out there that we're visualizing ad breaks.
Yes. Yeah. You got to.
Like Wayne Rooney used to ask the kit man, what color kits is everyone wearing in the next game, so he could go to bed dreaming it. So that's we're visualized.
I don't know.
We visualize like
but
Nike in there, and
But you said it though that you don't. It just happens. It's a feeling.
But I like the Wayne Rooney thing that you're saying. Don't know if it's real, but I'm going to totally use that visualization thing. Is that a real thing?
So like when we visualize like Tanqueray ads in between there, and we visualize Toyota.
Yes.
You know, the one with the self-driving car.
Guys,
What's a Rolex?
I know what you guys
Because I want to be the golf of shows. I don't want like, I'm not going to talk down any brands because I'd love them to pour their money into the studio. But
Absolutely.
I want to be like golf. You know, at golf you never ever see like a fast food restaurant as the sponsor. It's a yacht company, a watch, like you know, like Philippe Patek Philippe,
Rolex.
Or, you know what I mean? It's like, and when they have the Mercs, it's not the Mercs that bums like me get to ride in with my friends who have money. No.
Not the type you can get in Uber Black.
That's what I'm saying.
It's like a Mercedes Pullman or a Maybach or something silly obnoxious.
I want to visualize, you know, let's put it this way. I want to visualize the seared salmon of sponsors, whatever that is, you know? That's what's up. I want to be on the golf level. Hopefully that can happen. Senzo, you know anybody? Hey, you went to school in Ilova. Surely some of your mates own a yacht or a game farm or something.
Says you.
Don't worry about me. It's not about me.
This guy.
You must... Hey, it's all just bricks and mortar. We all have to go to school somewhere. You know what I'm saying? All right, Senzo, we're going to go to social media now. It's a very reliable thing. But before we get to that, before the show, you said one of the most incredible things. I want to... and I have to translate what this means, right? I want to start off with one of them. Yes?
No, he's not responding to, you know, the people that knock on your door and debt collectors. Then, they bring the camera crews. They knock on your door with the presenter and they say, hey.
So, but now, does the person who has given money to that other person, is he or she there as well?
Yes.
And is it with like bouncers and debt collectors, or is it just
my boy? You want to cough up?
With heavies?
Are there people there?
Yeah.
Like Dog the Bounty Hunter?
Yeah. You mean somebody comes with, they roll with heavies. What do they come with, like a bat?
I mean, actually, I haven't seen it. Sorry, so I don't know if they come with heavies or whatever. But I saw the trailer.
Yeah.
Bruh, no one.
Wankolota. This is where TV is. It has the. You know what I need? I need the one where it's family, like a mom owes money to a child who sent money home and it was supposed to be paid back. Because that happens.
That's black tax, though. It's written.
No, but in my family it happens, right? Like it's happened certainly in my family, not to me because I'm not a punk. Sure.
Google it.
Clap once, as they say. Unbelievable.
South Africa's unhinged.
It is. It's it's off the hook. All right, let's go to the socials that are international.
Yes.
Wankolota social media.
Okay, Wankolota.
Yeah, Wankolota. What you got on the socials?
So the first one is Romelu Lukaku. I'm not sure if you saw him. Romback. He's even out there holding the jersey. And did you see him with Marina signing the contract?
What's the better hashtag? Romback or Look Who's Back?
Look Who's Back or Romback. They're both pretty cool.
Look Who's Back actually looks better.
Look Who's Back is the one though. Huh?
Who's Back? That's
Look Who's Back. That works.
That's what it's all about. That's what it's all about.
But you see, doing stuff like this, you've set a precedent.
So shout out to BR Football, by the way. They've got the best animation team in social media.
They're done,
Without a doubt, sad reality of the whole world. I'm not just saying South Africa.
That's you. You're stuck. But it's like, do you know what it's like? It's like NBA players and getting to the league.
Yeah,
it's the same narrative.
No, so that's an American thing. I love football because it is one of the last few ways. Anyway,
you're right. Actually,
it's a global phenomenon.
Yeah,
sport is one of the last few ways where working class people can change 2 or 3 generations after
absolutely.
them. So I don't want it to be that thing, like Romelu Lukaku shout out, but he's not good enough. Like, let me divorce from, he's not good enough to be in a top 6 team. I'm sorry. Dominic Calvert-Lewin is better than Romelu Lukaku.
Go tell him that. Yeah,
His touch is cleaner. He's better in the air. He's just more
refined.
More refined. Everything about Dominic Calvert-Lewin, and he's what, 4 or 5 years younger, is far more polished. That touch. Everybody says Lukaku is the new Drogba. He's actually.
What surprised me is when you started seeing footage of Eusebio in his pomp playing.
Yeah.
You go, oh my God, Drogba and Eusebio were the same type of player. And to think that is quite crazy if you think of how Drogba played. But it's that same, it was physical, but it was never just to be dirty.
Yeah.
It was to push a player off. It was to make that space.
It was calculated.
It was very calculated.
Super play. Yeah, so like everybody, but just because obviously there's that famous video, and Lukaku's hero is Didier Drogba, of course. And we know that video where we came with the shirt. But it's an insult to me to mention the two. They're not the same player. And Lukaku at this stage, this is what Lukaku is now. It ain't good enough. I'm sorry. Hate everything about it.
You can't be still 28, 27, over 100 Premier League goals, and your first touch is like you're wearing Timberlands. It's like you're playing Timberlands. Like.
I thought for the longest time that maybe I was missing something, that his name was Romelu Lukaku Butt. Because you go, Lukaku Butt.
Yeah.
Great striker Lukaku Butt. Awesome goal scorer Lukaku Butt. And that's the problem. He will always have
an asterisk
Butt attached to him.
Which is why I always say, if I have to ask if you're world class, you're not world class. Like if I say to you, David Silva, nobody thinks about that. Yes. Yes. Like Roy Keane, world class. Yes. Pavel Nedved, world class. Yes. Yeah, like, you know what I mean? Kylian Mbappe, world class.
United, he's played under really good coaches.
Yeah.
He's still raw.
But
well said.
But also my thing is, you know what, that Zlatan had that, but Zlatan had leagues to his name.
No, and also he just had that personality to force himself. They are not even, again, to me, I know what you're saying in terms of he moved a lot, but Zlatan as a player.
But that's what I'm saying. Because Zlatan had leagues like to back it up.
And he's the guy. Like,
but he's cursed though.
But also with Zlatan, with Champions League. But with Zlatan, it's like there's nobody with a functional brain. When I say Zlatan world class and all time, if there was a Hall of Fame, yes, world class from the age of 19 till 28. Yes. Whereas with Lukaku, why are we having a conversation?
And Zlatan is not crying about it. He's telling you, listen, I'm the alpha dog.
And you know what I like about him? Showing you. Because sport is about moments. Italy are putting the squeeze on Belgium now. Hazard's clearly decided that McDonald's is his favourite hangout place instead of football pitches. Kevin De Bruyne is coming off a cracked face because of a West African head, like breaking it, possibly never to be repaired. Romelu, where are you? I couldn't feel him.
He was lukewarm, eh?
You know what? Roy Keane, you guys you're like this. You think I hate Man United, but I'm objective. I'm a big-time journalist. Roy Keane, that Juventus semi-final. Who was Scholes there? Or he was out, eh?
No, he played, but he got the yellow as well.
He got the yellow, and now it's like Nedved and Zidane are getting on top of us. Roy Keane says, no.
Stop.
We on. What sport is? It's those magical moments.
Now, I came across this photo of Sergio Ramos and Lionel Messi.
Let's go.
Chilling together, having a laugh. Like, that looks weird, eh?
That's awesome. That's awesome. That's awesome. And Sergio Ramos is such a savage.
He is a savage. Because I put I was looking at this, and I saw the one of El Clasico where Ramos is on the ground and he's shouting at Messi.
Yes.
And Messi's pointing at him like this, and they go head to head. Captains of Madrid and Barcelona now there.
No, remember how Ramos used to hack this guy? That 5-0 game.
Dude.
But what a mess that La Liga is, that the captain of Barcelona, the captain of Real Madrid, I think they equal on league titles.
Almost like they said, Real Madrid and Barcelona are good, so the Gies is good, and Gies is the business plan. And like, I mean, you know what I'm saying? It's just that. Why is Sergio Ramos not the poster child? Again, for me, the NBA and the NFL do it the best. They interfere in the league when it's going to affect the TV show.
Yeah.
Roger Goodell interferes. If Brady and
just cut it out, yeah.
Like if Brady, like this move, it was perfect. Look what they've done now in terms of even the scheduling. But it's like that matters.
But like when it was the Cavaliers Warriors thing.
League and Real Madrid and Barcelona are kicking him back because institutionally they're bigger than La Liga.
Well said. Well, and you know what? That's still a La Liga problem. 10 years ago, do that so that you can't end up here. Sad.
Speaking of that, I don't know if James can put up that graphic, but so it ties.
You're the guy.
Yeah.
It's you all the time. What's this guy doing in town now? You've moved the goalposts. Because at some stage, money stops mattering. What's the difference between 200,000 and 300,000? What's the difference between 400,000 and 300,000, right? It's, you told me I'm the guy. And don't look at Kylian Mbappe like this little quiet guy. He's telling people, but I won the World Cup.
Yeah.
Do these guys not know? Said, if I'm Kylian Mbappe, I want out. But I also want to say this. What did I say about Cristiano Ronaldo a couple of weeks ago? Force your way out of that dumpster fire called Serie A. This is how it should end.
Yeah.
Ramos, Messi, CR7. Are you joking?
Oh, you two have drank the Kool-Aid. You are part of, all I see is people mocking these people on social media who suddenly, that 5 million new Instagram fans that PSG picked up this week.
Yeah.
You guys are in there. You're drinking from the Kool-Aid. This is a vanity project. 14-year-old kid opening up loot boxes on FIFA.
Yes, good.
You guys are in. You
I'm
guys,
in.
you guys
You've
are
seen Avengers, right?
No, I know this is what it is. It's
Thanos.
That, it's
that, Thanos again.
Thanos.
Collect all the Infinity
While
Stones.
you guys are Thanosing, I would like to think I'm Captain America in that scene as he stands there on his own and he hears on your left, what? And all the Avengers come out. That's what's going to happen. So you guys Thanos it. I will wait there, wait for my Avengers. You guys have crossed over. The Premier League cannot start soon enough.
Yeah.
So we can stop talking about this nonsense.
So now, Paulo, you saying that you still want to protect the romance of football, where Ronaldo must do it on his own and it's a clash, or you saying Ronaldo? There's no way Ronaldo's going.
No, romance in football is dead. Anybody who wants romance in football, get over it.
Yeah.
It's a TV show,
Sure.
like you say now,
Yeah.
and it's not Love Island. It's just got into a realm of silliness.
Yeah.
In a week, we've gone from Messi not playing for Barcelona to now Messi and Ronaldo playing together. By the way, La Liga kicks off tomorrow. Bundesliga kicks off tomorrow.
Yeah.
Premier League kicks off tonight. Can we stop this?
Cristiano Ronaldo being at PSG is all I care about.
Well, could you picture Messi?
Guys, I'm all in now.
Listen, I don't care. I don't care how easy it's perceived that La Liga is, Ligue 1 is. And I don't believe it is easy.
Yeah.
Because whenever a Premier League club needs a strong, physical, athletic, technically good player, guess where they go first?
Got you. Yeah.
So I really don't believe it's the walkover league everyone thinks it is. And by the same token, I mean, Monaco and Lille, PSG aren't even defending champions, right?
Yeah.
So I don't believe it's the walkover. No team in whatever league in today's modern football, where players are fitter, faster, stronger, and measured, gets away with Messi, Neymar, and Ronaldo not tracking back. No team in the world.
In this game. That's a fair point.
No team.
So, but then it becomes indoor soccer, huh?
Yeah.
And Sergio Ramos in the back, who once he turns, as good as he is, as good a physical shape he is, once he turns against like a 23-year-old from Algeria, will rip him to pieces.
Yeah.
I don't care who you are, what league you're in.
Well,
23 is faster than 34.
Well, an old Iron Robben burnt him at the World Cup.
You know what I mean?
So now,
Gassed him.
but I'm saying this, it turns into indoor soccer every PSG game. Although, for me, as far as I'm concerned, those guys aren't playing in Liga. Because you got Idrissa Gueye, by the way.
Yeah.
That's the rotation. Verratti, Ramos, Ronaldo, CR7. How many games do you want to play? Let's write it down. 20
Listen, a nice problem to have is still a problem.
Well
and
said.
We've never seen,
Well said.
in all this time, we've never seen these Galactico eras pan out like they do on FIFA.
But it can't happen.
But
hold on, Paulo. Talk to me about this, guys, both of you. Is there any way CR7 goes into the office and George Mendes says, CR, what do you think? There's no way.
Ronaldo made a bad decision by going to Juventus,
No,
straight
well-
up. The decision was he went there to probably win Champions League within 2 years and then leave.
it backfired.
And it backfired. That was a terrible, terrible decision to go. Now he's stuck there. Now he's stuck, he got a deal.
But what do you think? Okay, listen, there's lots of money involved. Cristiano Ronaldo, there's some guy who'll pay for it somewhere in in the think there's any way Cristiano Ronaldo wants to share the limelight with anyone, particularly the vertically challenged guy from Argentina.
And don't forget, Neymar's still there. And I think realistically, the whole way this thing pans out is first you need Real Madrid, need PSG because Ronaldo's still under contract.
Yeah.
PSG have built his team.
Yeah.
I don't think that they can now afford a transfer fee plus wages for Ronaldo. You know, paying Messi 35 million watts a year. You know what I mean? I don't think they can make it happen. It's fun. Listen, it's fun to talk. It really is fun
Paper
to
talk,
but
man.
This is what I live for. I forget. In fact, Premier League, not even watching tonight. I'm just following Cristiano Ronaldo on social media. Once he unfollows Juventus, sit on.
But I'm sure they're throwing.
You know what? George Mendes, you know what I love about him? He's all about money. He's cool.
Yeah.
I think that because he's never misled Ronaldo other than Juventus. And probably add so much sand you could extend with the amount of money he's got. He could just try sort of take land from, I don't know, like Italy, chop it off and somewhere in Italy and extend Madeira. We still got the bag, CR7. So he's never really misled the guy. Oh, I'm not sharing the limelight with Messi because Ronaldo, the ego.
I think more likely what you'll see is Juventus start moving in the transfer market.
Yeah, they will.
'Cause
to keep him happy.
They haven't done anything, and I think
Yes. We were talking about it yesterday. Springbok team versus Argentina.
Shocked to me that they're playing because rugby doesn't.
It's like rugby championship advertising, but also on the Springboks, literally. And they hadn't played test rugby for 2 years. Now they have to play 14 tests in 5 months.
My opinion on how rugby is run is a joke, but
two Dweba, 3 Low, 4 Etzebeth, 5 Diaga, 6 Kolisi. Box. Today is the 100th anniversary of their first game, the first test between the Springboks and the All Blacks. So
very nice.
13th of August, 1921 was the first test, and 100 years later, here we are.
Yeah.
Which I believe is the biggest rivalry in world rugby.
The only rivalry in world
exactly.
rugby.
So yeah, but that New Zealand team also looks
That's
dangerous.
a nice team. You can see it on
dangerous.
screen. You can see it on screen. Listen, that number 14, Will Jordan, is the
He's
most
something,
sensational thing. He reminds me, and I've always said Damien McKenzie, but Will Jordan reminds me of Christian Cullen more than McKenzie even.
Yeah, Will Jordan is
you know
clean, eh?
Maybe not. You know what he is? He's Leon McDonald with pace.
Yeah, that's exactly what he is.
Yeah, he's just an instinct, the finish, and he doesn't look. You know what he's like?
He doesn't look
Jean
quick.
de Villiers. Do you remember Jean de
Yeah,
Villiers?
deceptively fast.
Out here with the blonde hair, I'm looking like I should be on an FHM cover shoot the whole time.
Will Jordan catches the ball, and you think they're gonna cover him. Next thing you check the guy chasing him. I'm like, yeah.
He's a TV game player. He's
It's
unreal.
It's ridiculous.
McKenzie, you got Barrett to bring off the bench.
You got Giovanni to bring off the bench as well.
Well, Giovanni starts at 13. If there's one team I
everybody
trust,
short back and sides.
listen, they don't want to see the Springboks because right now we're on a Russie thing. But if there's one team I trust, they're gonna this thing of coming to express yourself, putting hashtags in the dressing room, take that nonsense to France and get paid your money. And here we don't do it. They're gonna put 50 this weekend.
You think so?
It's happening. Australia got loud in the second half as well.
Yeah.
If we had better kicking, we would have. No, you wouldn't have. No, this week.
They're gonna show them what's really about it.
I love it. All right, the rugby's back. I'll be watching all of that. Don't even phone me for brunch because that's ridiculous hours. All right, the MKT Show. Good stuff, Senzo. Social media, the most reliable thing in the world. Podcast available. The MKT Show. CliffCentral.com, the Cliff Central app, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcast. Remember, Apple Podcasts, leave us a rating. Where's James? The people are asking. You can put that as a comment. It doesn't matter. He's working in a coal mine somewhere so we can have electricity in the studio. That's what's going on. The MKT Show continues after this. Boarding or whatever.
Skiing, helicopter, jet skiing, something to do that with that. It's that ballpark that is allowed to do something weird. Sweden, Benfica, Arsenal, Steven Schwartz.
He had a space clause.
That's why I had the helicopter.
Ballpark.
So this was back in 2002. No, it wasn't. That's incorrect. It was back in 1999 when he signed for Sunderland for just under 4 million. And the idea of commercial space flights became a thing in 2002. And that's why they inserted it into his contract. His agent had a seat on the first commercial.
Richard Branson caught him hook, line,
Yeah.
and sinker. Still to be fulfilled. Those
There you go,
tickets.
huh?
Not enough to be great at football. The MKT Show. I'll troubleshoot the rest of how to welcome people back. I've pushed myself in a corner here.
There it is.
No. Well
internal.
said.
This
Well,
is our thing, bro.
yeah.
La Cosa Nostra.
Exactly.
Like also an
Just
Austria.
don't kiss me on
No,
the
no,
cheeks.
no, no, no.
That's fine.
Hey, good. Yeah, we might as well go there since Paolo's.
Yes.
The Italians do like to kiss each other. It's because the olive skin, maybe. That's what it is. Although South Africans, I'm closer. We got great skin as well. We don't want to kiss each other the whole time. So what are the Italians up to? What's going on? Maybe they don't respect the pandemic. Maybe that's what it is. I'm not saying Italians are bad people.
Oh, you can't change thousands of years of behavior
because of a pandemic.
because of a.
That's
You guys
awesome.
are ridiculous.
Results. But no, we're talking about bats in Wuhan. That's what that's this show. And people think sports show. Who knows?
And they keep coming back.
People like to suffer. People like to suffer. Senzo, I want to carry on this sort of thing that you're into trash television, because I was just thinking to myself in the break. There's another show you were telling me about, and I wrote it down. Is Skipamafai.
Just keep on my file.
Now, could you translate that firstly, and then tell me everything about that show?
So
Because
Skipama-
trash television is not in my world.
So let's keep on my file. So remember that shady thing you did and you forgot about?
Yes.
Oh man, if you let somebody see you doing that dirt,
Yes.
don't piss that person off. Basically.
But to take me into it, is it something I did when I was 15 and we were friends then, and then I come and bring it up?
We'll see when the file gets dusted out the archive.
Are you joking?
Skip on my files.
And have you watched like multiple
No,
episodes?
you just see these trailers, bro, and it's just like, what?
So generally, what's that going to be? That's going to be,
They're exposing you.
we treat our parents in the most decrepit way. And maybe you went with a friend to a garage once, maybe a little self story, and you
Held it up.
a bank. And by the way, I did the 2 years for it.
My man, you underestimate that people will do anything for clout. Eh?
Jeez, like it, man. Like that is.
Literally, people have 15 minutes of fame, like with anything.
But
Do you think they do this for the 50 minutes to be on the show? So that's why they come
People
out.
want to trend, man. You know, if you're a meme,
yeah.
guys, Michael Jordan cried once on TV. That guy's a meme forever now.
So yeah, see that scares me so much that's where we are. But hey,
God forgives, the internet doesn't. Eh?
I've got a friend. He's a super high-powered attorney in Luxembourg, right?
into the content game, because the internet will get you at some stage.
Yeah.
But for crying in a bucket, Paulo, I've worked with, like, South Africa has no celebrities, right? Like, let's get over it. Nelson Mandela passed away. He was the only celebrity I believe South Africa's ever had, right?
Yeah.
And then people like Charlize Theron just lie about living in South Africa.
Yeah.
No, well,
She was saying in an interview this week that there were no cinemas when she was growing up in South Africa.
that's a lie. We had the Bioscopo in the 20s in apartheid South Africa.
South Africa's got the second oldest cinema business in the world.
Exactly.
But anyway, Charlize,
But she sold the dream of where I grew.
she shouldn't be talking about us now, to be honest.
But then again, you know that other liar that said we don't even have our own official languages, that they teach Mandarin in our schools.
South Africa. I mean,
Who said
that's
that?
it.
Elon Musk.
No, some
Dave Matthews. He hates South Africa.
No, that guy that was on the Breakfast Club.
South African guy.
No, it's an American guy, American black guy.
I don't know. I don't watch.
Because he was talking about how China has infiltrated Africa, and he goes, South Africa.
Oh, is it that guy with the beard?
Yeah,
Yeah.
they don't even speak their own. They don't even teach their own native tongues. They teach Mandarin, and I was like,
Yeah, the internet will get you though.
really?
But my point is this: can influencers, and when your currency is always going to be you're famous for being famous, because that's where
There's only one
South
person.
African culture is doing that.
For me, as far as I'm concerned, there's only one influencer in the world.
Well, I mean, America is a different beast. I'm saying clear the person's freaking social media immediately as the PR team. Paulo, why is that not happening immediately all the time? Like, I have no empathy for celebrities or famous people in South Africa who it comes out like that Miss South Africa lady who she said some stuff when she was young, the racist stuff. Like, okay, awful that you're racist. Great, let's deal with that. Who's the PR team? There are apps where you can clear your whole history. Why is the PR team not doing that?
Because there's always some loser who hedges their bets. He goes, I think you could be famous one day. I'm going to screenshot everything before you're famous.
Yeah.
Okay, so imagine the amount of people. Like if you in school with everybody,
It's
just
true.
in case.
It's
just
true.
in case. Imagine all the wasted screenshotting for the one person. They go, I got you.
This is how decrepit angry out.
I got a friend like that. A Liverpool supporter. He screenshotted conversations from like 2008 about things I said when, what did I say? Oh, he's got this whole conversation where I talk about how I would love Klopp to replace Ferguson.
Yeah.
And then now I can never say a bad word about Klopp because all he does
you're a
is just
hypocrite.
send back.
Oh my God! But you need that friend in your corner though, because
Yeah.
life happens.
You do need that.
But guys, I think it's well cultivated. Guys, in show business, there's no such thing as bad publicity. Somebody says, hey, they got caught for what. I'm like, listen, it's not
From can because the
Minister of Finance sending nudes and stuff.
lose my lunch.
I mean,
Gotta be honest.
I don't know how the nudes were
No,
on
but
your
like
mind.
that's what I'm
December.
saying. No, but I'm saying like,
Yeah, no.
if people are talking about you, you're still relevant.
You got to be in the mix. Hey, fame. Listen, it is a two-headed monster. But let's talk something else that's famous. It's all Premier League all the time today. I will not apologize for that.
You're on it, eh?
Like rugby. Okay, there's that as well. Okay, Springboks. Shout out to them. But the truth is, the Premier League does begin. In all honesty, this week. Paulo, now you sent me a great message. Because I always just think of the top 6, and I'm like, everyone else is just there. But your mates. Do you, it sounds like you got mates that support every club. I try not to mix with anybody outside of the bourgeoisie, you know. Like if you support Newcastle, I just mute you on social media and whatever. It's like I don't want to hear your hopes and dreams. They're not real.
It's self-preservation. So I used to live up there. I used to live there
Yeah.
in West Cliff with you.
Yes.
When United were winning and all the time. And then we stopped. So I was like, oh, no, I can't make fun of Man City and Chelsea and Liverpool fans anymore.
Yeah.
So I've got to go a rung lower. So I surround myself with like Newcastle, Everton, West Ham and the such.
Yes.
So that I'll always be able to lord it over them. So because I can't go chirp a Liverpool supporter.
Yeah.
Okay, last season maybe, but you can't really chirp them. Man City supporters are all supporting PSG now, so that doesn't matter.
That's true.
So you can't, so you got to be careful who you chirp. So you got to go a rung lower. That's why I surround myself with them.
So smart.
That's what I did. So what I did is ahead of the season, because we're always going to be talking about United and Chelsea. We're going to talk about the big guys.
Yeah.
The guys that you buy their shirts in Total Sports. I wanted to go say, okay, let's talk to the real diehard, because these guys are diehard, right? If United fans think we're having a bad time,
Oh, those guys.
you know what I mean? You know what I mean?
In the mire.
So, no, shame. They did it out the goodness of their heart. So I asked a few friends of mine and said, what's your expectations for the season? And that's where our hashtag comes from.
Not serious, bro.
Hashtag, it will all end in tears.
Yes.
It'll either end in tears or end in meh.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We're so hopeful.
It's true.
Oh, we even think we might win the league.
The treble.
We might win the league.
99. Give Iran the
But
99.
listen.
We don't.
But isn't it like, it's like, yeah, they say, you know, people with like your football teams, right? Your football teams are like your kids, right? No matter what they do, you have to love them.
I hear you. Yes.
They're like
Yes.
it's like your child,
Yeah. No. Well said. Well said.
bro. Like they can mess up your weekend.
No.
Like if United catch a hot 2-0,
No, not can. If for me, I'm
Oh,
not
you
even
say
joking.
win?
When Chelsea lose, it is shut down communication.
You're sulking.
I'm out. No, I'm out. I go to bed. Generally, if it's like during the day, then it's like, I was going to cook or whatever. No. I'm going to order something in, you know, Kauai, slipping, and whenever it is, I'm out. I'm
like when
covering
we-
myself to let this day end.
it's like when we lost to Villarreal. Like I was at a pub somewhere, and then like as soon as De Gea missed that penalty, someone was like, "Yeah,
Even
Lauren
before
Robert.
that, when they were
Laurent Robert.
when
Oh,
they
you mean
threw away the
back in
title,
the day?
when they 14
No,
points
I'd
ahead,
love it. I'd love it.
threw it away. And unfortunately, he backed the Newcastle horse at that point. And he's still with Newcastle, still loyal. So I said to him, okay, listen, Doing this thing in the show today. What do you think Newcastle are going to do this season? While he's still got hope, because halfway through the season, he doesn't even talk about soccer anymore. I said, I've got to be honest with you. I think a big one's going down this season. And I think Newcastle or Palace, one of the two is going down.
Wow.
I think we're going to have Watford, Brentford, and Newcastle or Palace. I think one of them is going down. They've been skirting and not doing anything for too long.
Wow.
I think one of those
You
two
think
is
the
going
chickens
down.
have come home to roost?
So, of course, he doesn't agree with me yet. He will agree with me later in the season.
Yeah.
Says, is Joe Willock signed?
Yes.
Okay.
22 million. Yeah.
Right. Joe Willock, a fit St. Maximin,
Yeah.
a fit Callum Wilson,
Yeah.
and he's looking top 10.
Of what?
of teams predicted to go down.
Yeah.
So he like I say, he's hopeful.
Yeah.
Listen, I love Saint Maximin. The most inconsistent. He's like 90 with bad press.
But do you know what it is? It's because of the swag factor.
It's
'cause
the
of
swag.
hair.
He came in. Didn't he come in wearing a Gucci headband?
Yeah, and
No,
then
that
he had
was
to
at
cover
Milan.
Gucci.
Change it.
That was at Milan, but you can't do it in the Premier League.
Yeah, and then he had
Well,
to cover it though.
yeah.
But it was still Gucci.
he
still
had a
like that.
Gucci.
So listen, I think Saint Maximin. I love watching him.
Me too.
Because that is a guy that will get and then just fall over.
But like that's like me. Like first, week. Yeah, no, we're gonna win the league. Huh. Then we draw a couple of games.
Yeah.
9 points.
To Otsile getting engaged. Hope that whole thing
Yeah.
works out for the rest of your life. But he's a Newcastle fan as well,
Yeah.
and he's chosen to get married. Now, advice to Otsile, what you got to do is, when's the right...
Oh yeah, in the year.
Yeah, because you don't want to be, you don't want to do post May. What if you're relegated and now, like you said, our football clubs matter to us.
No,
This wedding.
You want to do. Oh, so you're talking from a balancing your football
You're
team.
like, yeah.
No, and also just
With
what
life.
if they get relegated and now he's got to get married with a relegated football club? That's a misery.
No, if you want to balance your wedding around a football match, unless there's a derby or a United Liverpool game, you want to look at October
Yes.
because October matches. There's a whole weather thing if you want to get married as well.
Yeah.
October matches you can get away with it.
Yeah, I'm
so
with you.
in the beginning of the season, no one wants to miss a game. It's still
Yes,
exciting.
yes.
Settling down. September, you got new signings, whatever. October, nothing really is settled yet.
And the sun is coming on.
Yeah. It's like not too hot, not too cold. It's
Yeah.
nice. Paulo, you've just addressed something.
Even if you're bottom 6 in the league, you can get out of it.
Yeah.
So you want to do October.
I want to address something you've just said there. There are people that there's a special place for them in the pits of hell, right? That put their weddings on Champions League final days, on
That's Saturday.
No, World Cup finals. By the way, this stuff comes
Because
out.
you know in advance.
So I'm not wrong to be upset at those
No,
people.
I hate those people.
Listen,
I won't go to their wedding.
I may or may not have turned down a wedding because it was on the Champions League final night. I'm not doing it.
My man.
No, that happened.
you're
I'm
the
not
guy.
joking. 2 years ago, that happened to me. Sorry, that's Champions League final night.
story.
Oh, bro, no, don't.
And you know what? To be honest with you, I'm telling you this. I'm doing it for you.
Yes.
Because you don't want your bride or half the people in the bar or on their phones at your wedding.
Oh, yes. Yeah.
That's gonna happen.
It's gonna happen.
Like, oh,
I'm
it's
doing
my
it for
special
you.
day.
I'm thinking about you.
No, Chelsea have been special my whole phone. Like from now on, like as you said, Paulo, I don't apologize if the football's. I'm on my phone the whole time.
So
yeah.
Everton fans never have to worry about a Champions League final clashing with their wedding days. So, friend of mine, Tim Partner,
All right.
great guy. It's
not Cahill, is it?
Another friend. Oh no, no, another friend down in Cape Town asked me, so Everton, what's up with Everton? What do you predict? This whole Rafa thing, everyone's got to get over it. I got to be honest with you. Who cares? He's a good, solid manager. Who cares if he managed Liverpool 10 years ago now?
The romance.
And they did nothing.
Nonsense.
Yeah.
So he's happy with Benitez actually.
How happy?
Says he's better than Ancelotti. I won't dispute that, hey?
He's
Ancelotti, great for Real Madrid, and what he's overwhelming.
Yeah.
Who they bought in? Andros Townsend. That's it.
That's hilarious. By the way, shout out to probably. Ancelotti. Yeah, he's
They're
dead.
probably going back to
What did they
Ancelotti.
get?
No one who matters.
Damari Gray.
I mean,
Yeah.
Also.
So Alex Iwobi squared. You know, you already had that. How does that make it?
What do you get that?
Yeah.
Hoping for Europa Conference League, maybe?
Europe,
Conference.
Europe. You mean the continent?
Conference.
Europe.
No, but there's like
Or
the
is there
conference.
The
something else?
conference. Is
There's
that,
a conference.
is
There's
that
lower
Carabao Cup UEFA competition?
position.
So Everton think they're going to come 7th.
Well, that's what he's hoping for.
Okay.
Hoping Europe.
God, football. What's his name?
Tim Partner.
Tim will address that. Everton,
We'll
Europe.
address
I'm
that.
writing that down. All right. What else we got, Paulo?
West Ham.
Oh, damn, is top 5. David Moyes is the new
Blowing
Fergie.
bubbles.
United did him wrong.
I've never said this to you, Senzo. I'll say it. I don't care to say it. I've said it on the show multiple times. I do not think that if David Moyes had done his whole contract, would United have been in a better or worse situation? I don't think we would have done better or worse if Moyes had stayed.
I also feel the same.
Same signings. I don't think.
I also feel the same. Like I'm like, yeah, well, we've seen this.
All right. So what's
He
your
is-
point there? Are you saying Moyes is a good manager let down too quickly by
Yes.
a transition at Man United?
Yes.
He was.
And now, but hold on, is he not better suited to an Everton West Ham side? Because
We'll
listen,
never know though.
We won't. That's the age-old question.
Will he ever get a go? Will he ever
No.
get a?
Nah, it's done.
So he
done
won't
for him.
get Man City. He won't
Nah,
get
it's done.
Liverpool. He won't get
Unless
Chelsea.
he pulls a Leicester.
Even then, that's
But if he pulls a Leicester, and Southgate messes up at England, you know what's going to happen. Do you want to come manage it? That because they like that strategy.
Moisey. You guys, you United fans, huh?
No, listen. I think Moyes was hard done by. I think he was
Yeah,
done
they didn't give him
dirty.
time.
Honestly, if you had given him the signings that everyone else got
yeah,
and the time that he was promised,
yeah, 6 years.
I don't think he would have won anything. I don't think he would have done worse.
I agree.
I think he would have got us a couple of 6s, 4s, a 2,
Yeah,
a couple
there.
of losing finals here and there.
Yeah.
I don't think he would have done better or worse.
Moisey, savage at the top. It's
Anyway,
savage.
so
Everton in Europe, unbelievable.
so the next, so that brings us to West Ham fan Greg Aldridge.
Yeah.
You guys remember Greg and Lucky,
Yeah.
the
Yes,
radio
yes,
duo?
yes.
Yeah, this is the Greg.
Oh, that guy.
Yeah, this is the Greg. Yeah.
Okay, well, who does Greg support?
This is that Greg, West Ham, yeah. So he's had West Ham for. I remember first time I met him, he had that old school 1980s Dagenham Motors West Ham kit.
Yeah,
Cold kit.
Hey?
It's icy.
Fantastic kit.
Yeah.
Icy.
That's legit.
Yeah.
That's legit what
Yeah.
you're talking about. So he reckons it's one of the better West Ham teams for a while.
Sure,
Good balance, right?
sure,
Okay,
sure.
good.
I mean, the results say that.
Doesn't 100% expect a season like last season, but still thinks a 5th or 6th isn't impossible.
No.
He's mental. He needs
No,
to go and jump
no,
off a bridge.
no,
because-
no,
Let
no.
me- What is he talking about?
So this is what I say, right? He says as long as they keep everyone, which looks like Declan Rice, Suchek, Kufal, they're all going to stay. Would like Lingard back, but not at the price.
Yeah.
So United will probably let Lingard go eventually when they go, guys, okay, let's be honest.
Yeah.
Okay. So if they keep the band together, Moyes back in, still need a striker. 'Cause,
Yeah,
I mean, I love Mikel Antonio, but I mean, that guy's not going to.
yeah,
Okay.
I've
Yeah.
got a theory on that.
yeah.
And still thinks because Moyes has got something to prove,
Yeah.
he's hungry, he wants to do it. Had a good season last season, right?
Yeah,
I don't disagree with him. I said, that's cool. Here's your big problem with West Ham. Last season, you played in an empty stadium. Once you have those supporters back and you have a bad run, they are poisonous.
Do you know what happens there? This is what's going to happen, right? First couple of games, rubbish, right? Declan Rice says, I didn't sign up for this. Transfer request, Chelsea needs somebody.
I don't want Declan Rice, by the way. They're nice. You're going to have a little inconvenience now.
They're on Europe. League,
Yes,
you're right.
they came 5th. Like,
they are.
like the squad hasn't grown.
Playing Sunday.
And we saw what
it's
happened to-
more games. Now it's traveling to Kazakhstan, and it's like, yeah.
What happened when Leicester went to the Champions League? Were they
quite right.
like 10th or season after?
But they got to the quarters of the Champions
No,
League.
no. Well, I don't question that. But what happened to the league?
Yeah,
It's a different.
Because you need
Good
you,
point.
you need 1.5 squads always, right? You've got to be carrying depth, and that's going to get ugly. And listen, the Hammers, you think they don't want to play in Europe? Of course they do. It's where they belong. They've been a sleeping giant, right? It's like that's going to be a nightmare.
But look, that's
Shout out
fans.
Greg.
That's what the guys want. And that's why I say everyone's so hopeful, so positive. West Ham 5th, Everton 7th, Newcastle 8th, and it'll all end in tears. And for Senzo and I, it's going to end in meh.
It is.
In
Yeah.
4th place because
Yeah.
we cannot rely on a 34-year-old striker when the 3 teams around us have 20 goal a season strikers.
Exactly. We don't have a dog.
This is going to end in meh for us.
Yeah.
But guys,
Meh.
essentially-
Bruno, we can't buy penalties anymore.
Yeah.
They're going to penalize us for diving. I said it. We dive.
Here's one thing I can give you, United fans: Jadon Sancho will get a haircut. Just know that.
Well, like I said yesterday,
And the
I think I
dab is
said it in the
coming.
group. Because you know Sancho's been going around
Yeah.
showing workouts without a
Yes.
shirt on or whatever.
Yeah.
So if Rashford's taking care of the hungry, Sancho's taking care of the thirsty.
Oh,
You know what I'm saying?
power. You were doing this before, and you're doing it again. That's how I'm gonna.
Robert Marawa, do a better
Say-
segue than that, my friend.
Do you know what the problem is?
What's the problem?
You're too hungry for it.
You think I'm too, trying too hard? It's like that guy who,
Rest.
he's too desperate to be in a relationship, and every girl can smell him coming a mile off, kind of vibe.
Deadline day.
Yeah.
The classic window down thing, like, great to be here, says Peter Odemwingie. Russian,
You do
Nigerian.
You're forcing it on people, bro.
I'm putting myself out there. It's the social media time. I want to get feedback from
Oh, so
out
you're
there.
Tindering.
He wants to be a meme.
Yeah, I want to see.
Yeah, he's asking for it. eh? And you don't come back from there. eh?
All right. Listen, this is the kind of heat you're going to get from your own friends,
Speaking of memes, I'm a meme now.
Let's hear it.
No, I showed you during the break.
A friend of ours
A
has
friend
sent-
of ours, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm a meme now.
Guys, okay, well, maybe we should put that up.
Oh, no, come on.
I'll get him to send it to me, because I do
You
know
know.
the person. And we'll put it up on social media. Listen, you're in the content game, and that's what's going to happen. The content game will get you. So, this weekend, Paulo, here's what a lot of people don't do, Paulo, is plan your life around football. Now, Paulo, you're in a whole different situation. Whatever you've done in your life, shout out to you, to your lady, by the way.
Let me tell you.
What do you got going at home?
Let me tell you about a genius move that I pulled off here.
Yes.
Genius bit of orchestration here.
Yeah.
I'm actually proud of myself. I gotta tell you.
Oh, big sell.
So my wife, I think my mother-in-law, got a gift of a high tea at the Palazzo at Monte Cassino.
Oh my God.
Right? So my wife and my daughter book it to go on Saturday at 1:00.
Oh, chess move.
United's kickoff is
It's
1:30.
1:30, chess move.
United leads. I got no obligation. I'm obligation free.
Free at
I
last.
don't even have to skirt or ask for time or get credit. They're
Yes.
busy anyway. So therefore, I've got credits in the bank for the next one I want to do.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah,
This
yeah.
is
Got a visa.
when you are a good person,
Yeah.
these things fall into place for you.
Oh, you guys are
I
unhinged.
don't even have to go
Is this what the
looking for
Premier
it.
League starting does to people?
is
No,
what it
but
does.
this is real life.
This is what it does.
So wait, you didn't even plan that. It's just, like you said,
You said it's a feeling, didn't you?
basically the Portuguese Mother Teresa.
I was just like, this is why we pray. This is why we pray to Mother Mary statues. This is why we wear
they-
crucifixes.
What's the one where you rub the...
The rosary.
Rosary.
That's why you do the rosary.
Yeah.
This is why you let nuns hit you on your fingers.
Yeah.
And I didn't plan it. You know what? It was amazing. It was like just like everything just started.
Yeah.
World Cup.
I promise you the tides will go up
Okay,
10%.
I promise.
Love your football.
No, I have.
What have you planned? Yeah, I mean, you don't
I'm
tell us
gonna
where.
I'm gonna go watch with a couple of mates.
Does your lady know this?
I told her.
Is she...
Yeah, a condition.
Yes.
She said as long as the
thought so.
food is good.
Ah, you see, I thought so.
Oh, no.
That's the problem.
Places that you can watch sport at and good food. The Venn diagram, that little intersection is very small.
That's what I'm saying, your cowboy approach.
No. But
You see what I'm saying, Paulo?
No, but I've got a window though.
Let's hear it.
After the United game and the Springbok, and in between the Springbok game,
Yeah.
there's that.
For food.
Yeah, because
By the way, me and Roger Federer, we only play the backhand. This is what we do. By the way, vintage racket, just want to say that, I thought I'd give you this, is if you play a double hand backhand, get the hell out of my face, because you don't actually belong in tennis. But shout out Roger Federer, the second greatest South African, obviously after me. The second greatest South African backhand you'll ever see, Roger Federer. But this is me saying, ladies and gentlemen, this is the MKT Show. I'm indeed MKT. Here is the greatest backhand you have ever seen from South African live in high definition, single-hand backhand. And for this week, it has been a pleasure. But for now, we are the hell out of here.